It's Zenigata March. Some anime jazz compilation? Let's see where Tank is. I could listen to this for an hour and 20 minutes probably before I got DMCA'd. So my biggest issue with Back for Blood, like I didn't even get to the point where there was an issue with balance. It's fundamentally, it was a worse game than Left 4 Dead 1. Like the whole idea of Left 4 Dead 1 is like whenever like a enemy infected showed up, there'd be like a certain music or sort of sound cue or something to let you know what was gonna happen. Make a third video? What is this porno music? It's called the Magnum Dance. If that song was about me, they would call that the Pocket Derringer Dance. Time to destroy my enemies? Okay. Let's set some things straight. I don't view any of the people out there hating me as my enemies because they barely even register or exist. Like I spend no time thinking about them. I really don't care. I've only ever cared about the speedrun.com leaderboard because I was on it a lot. I'm still on it. I'm surprised they did not delete me. Show the Excel sheets of people. Okay, I do have a list of people in Dragon Ball Breakers. Those are different people though. Monster Hunter people, I don't care about. Dragon Ball Breakers people, they got a list. Big Ass Deck and Walter White in the yellow jumpsuit, I will not forget you. You're on the list. And in terms of the leaderboard thing, it wasn't even just that somebody cheated and they were on the leaderboard. It's that they were a moderator and they approved someone's mods who then went and approved their mods. It's fucking corruption and it's the same thing as the highways. People passing their own damn checks and we pay for it. I can't handle it. There has to be integrity in something. And if it's not internet nerd speedrun leaderboards, then what can it possibly be? But if you're just gonna upload videos to YouTube and you cheated, like, I don't care. I don't have the time to take down every single one of them. And as far as I know, look, I checked it out. As far as I know, when I checked it out, everyone was on the up and up with their light bowgun turbo. I promise you I don't have the time. I promise you I don't. Part of that has been a recent crippling addiction to increasing a number in Strangers of Paradise. No, you're right. No, you got me. You got me. You got me there. All right. You got me dead to rights. You got me. You're right. I might. If I took literally one evening and did not play Strangers of Paradise until 2 in the morning, I would have time to do something. But I want to do that. I know I'm not rank 1. I was like rank 4. Maybe rank 5. What was I talking about? I care more about trying to learn Japanese. All right, this jazz song is getting into some pretty wild stuff. Let's put the other jazz on. There we go. A little bit better. Do I watch Mob Psycho? I do. I've barely watched any anime this season. I'm almost up to date with Spy X Family, and I watched 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man. That's it. How'd that quiz on the exam go? My midterm, I got a 95%. Or is that my total course grade? Maybe the same. Season's kind of mid outside of Spy X Family and Chainsaw Man. Really? Can I tell you if Dimple's name in Japanese means something more specific? He's called something like Ekubo. The Japanese humor is all about homonyms. I think that's what you call them. It almost definitely does. There's a lot of homonyms in Japanese. Ekubo was just Dimple? Okay. But it might mean something else. What is a homonym? Identical sounding words that have different meanings, I think. Is that what you call them? Homonym. 2 words that have the same spelling or pronunciation but different meanings and origins. Like there, and there. Does that screw with people? Who here is like really like bilingual? You got there, and there? Like it's usually like different words in other languages. They're not just like there. That person, that place, that person is. It's never confused you? Well, that's good. Well, are you bilingual as in you were first an English speaker? Or did you grow up learning English and it didn't confuse you? You don't get any credit. You're Hungarian? Okay, well then you do get credit. You get full credit. Full marks. Oh. So I went to Japanese table today. I was there early and I felt very clever in the group chat when I said, Nihongo no Sukue doko desu ka? And they're like, oh, we'll be there soon. And met a new friend. He's I think he's a freshman on campus, but he's almost like sophomore age. He took a gap year. And when I went to get a smoothie made, they make smoothies at the school cafeteria, by the way. It's very bougie. She gave me 2. She says, do you want 2? I said, yes, of course. And I gave my new friend a smoothie. I said, here you go. I mean, some of the kids complain about the food, but I'm like, you have no idea. Like, I remember going back to like where I did my undergrad and going to the dining hall, and one of the kids there was like eating the fish. And I'm like, man, like, are you like, how are you eating that? He's like, well, if they cook it, it's got to be okay. But it looked bad, it smelled bad, it tasted bad. Nothing like that. No, this place, it's got a kosher dining area. They were making breakfast burritos for lunch. They had a what was it? Indian food section, a sandwich section, a salad section, a smoothie section, little ice cream fruit area. That is bougie, man. That is stuff bougie. I graduated with a master's from this school. I never once went to the dining hall, and like I regret it because like they're doing a great job, and like you don't normally think like, oh, my school soft serve ice cream or real ice cream. It's soft serve. But yesterday they did have a pumpkin pie whoopie cream station, and I did treat myself to a pumpkin pie whoopie cream. Whoopie pie? What do you call those things? There was a guy standing there cutting the little pumpkin cakes they made and hand filling it and then dusting it with powdered sugar. Not carb free. Not carb free. No. Everyone else paying college fees for me to eat like this? I mean, I pay to get in. It's not cheap. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's expensive. $10? That's like the same price you'd pay to go to any other sort of buffet. All right, for real? Nina Fana, this is gonna sound insane. But if you guys ever want to hang out and go eat at my college's dining hall, I mean, we can make a day of it. We'll get there right at 11:30 a.m. when they open for lunch, and we'll just stay until they kick us out. I think it's 1:30. You get 2 hours for $10. All you can eat. Can Lyndon, I saw Lyndon, he didn't say hi to me. I saw him today. I saw a classmate who wasn't in class. I asked her if she was okay. I said, "Oh, genki desu ka?" She's okay, but she missed class. I didn't really get why. He doesn't have to go. I mean, they're open every day. Now, we can go on a Saturday or a Sunday. You know, like, we don't have to make it like a day thing. Like, we can make a day of it. We can go to the dining hall, and then we could go to the campus movie theater. They do have a movie theater. And we could go see a matinee. I think it's like $5 if you still have your student ID. I was asking about, one of the people at the Japanese table said that they volunteered at the movie theater, and on the weekends, all the old people came. So we would be young people, but there might be some old people there. Lyndon can't afford to eat 3-star Michelin meals every day like you can. No, Lyndon's doing good, man. I think he's gonna go to he said he's gonna go to Japan this summer too. I'm going to a mall and think it's a college? Look, you think whatever you want, man. You think whatever you want. I'll say this. State-of-the-art library. Top-tier dining hall. Excellent fitness facilities. Beautifully manicured landscaping. Everything is beautiful and perfect. But when you go to the one main academic building, it's like that piece of crap that got dropped down as a temporary building in 1960 and has never seen a renovation. Is it like that at every college? I feel like it's like that at every college I go to. They have all these beautiful spaces, and when it's time to go to class, it's like, oh, we got a rusty shed behind the raccoon pit. It's terrible. But I mean, whatever. I mean, what does it matter? Like, all the desks are all like, have like etched in graffiti that are like 50 years old. It's crazy. It's a beautiful campus. I'll take you. Let me know. Text me or hit me up in the Discord. And we'll plan a day to go out there. We should go before it snows. At my undergrad, the English department got like a building that was actually beautiful. And yet, nearly every other class, unless you were taking English classes or business classes, were just in these two dumpy ass L-shaped buildings. They had like 4 large lecture halls between them, and then all these like dusty ass classrooms that they just shuffled all the professors in. I took 80% of my classes, maybe more, in those 2 dumpy ass buildings. When I was a sophomore, the kids that lived next to me, they were running for student government because they thought it mattered. It doesn't. And their policy, they joked about it, was they were going to give every student a hammer, and we were just going to smash the buildings down, so they had to rebuild them with something better. Oh, Naxel, I have the same desk that I write on. Like, it's like like, you could fit a single sheet of paper on this desk that is attached to the chair. I don't get it. I mean, and again, the library is beautiful. It's large. It's spacious. It's renovated wonderfully. There's like wonderful pieces of art and artifacts all over the place. They've got Bloomberg terminals in a financial center. Bloomberg terminals, for those of you who don't know, it's like $25,000 a year or more to have one of these things, and it gives you research and up-to-date information on like businesses for like stock transactions and stuff like that. And they just have 4 of them. No, I don't do my Capcom trading there. Did I tell you? My Capcom stocks are up an equal percentage as the rest of my stocks are down. So my Capcom stocks are up like 26%, and like the rest of my tech portfolio, 26% down. And so like, this is the thing that bothers me. It's like, I know it's a good company. I know I should invest in it, but like the common investment advice is don't go too hard into a single company. But if I did, I'd be like dancing down the street. I already am. Dancing down the street like doing one of these things. I'm a commoner. I mean, yeah, I am. I should have gone more. I really should have. I mean, I'm happy with where it is. I'm not 100% happy with the way Capcom in really the last year, maybe year and a half to 2 years, has been developing their business models. But at the same time, I guess they're making a lot of money. It's working. Like, I hate it. But I guess it's working. No. It's not a $10 smoothie. It's $10 to go into the dining hall. You could get unlimited smoothies. I went for one. She just gave me 2. She's like, here's 2 smoothies. She asked me, do you want the other one? I'm like, what do you mean other one? She's like, I made 2 for you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give it to my friend. Fill your pockets full of smoothie? I just don't get it, because like I said, some of the kids there think that the food's not great and they're like, you're out of your mind. She's hitting on me? I did chat her up. I gotta be honest with you guys. I went yesterday too. There was no Japanese table. I just wanted to go. And I did talk to her at the end of the shift. We had a nice conversation. No, SDShepard. I'm a friendly person. I'm a social guy. I'm not gonna invite her to the stream and play Ball Breakers. She's probably tired. Do you see? She's making smoothies like 6 hours a day. She wants to go home and I do not have a hair. Did I make her tired? No. Oh, she did have to make 2 smoothies on account of me. I'm not fishing for free stuff. The smoothies are free. You don't pay any extra for them. I'll say this. The first time I went, I went like right when they were about to close down, and they invited me in. They said, okay, go get your food quickly. And they like covered up the desserts, like the Rice Krispie treats with plastic wrap for dinner. And I did take one. I stole it. When I too friendly old man followed me home on the highway, I don't know if I ever told that story. All right. So one time my friends were staying over at my place, and we were driving back, one of the friends back to their house, and we had to stop at the gas station to get gas, obviously. Maybe people wanted snacks. And there was a guy there, older guy. And he's lost, and he's asking the cashier where I-91 is, I think. Now, this is a massive highway. And I'm like, well, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm going to Massachusetts. I'm like, oh, that means you just need to get on I-91 North. Okay, that was me. No, I'm not. I wasn't disassociating, talking to myself in the in the gas station. I said, well, we're kind of going that way. You just follow behind us, and when you see you're on I-91, just be on your way. Now, here's the problem. What I didn't think of, and I didn't realize at the time, is the fact that there was somebody, and this was probably 2016, 17, the fact that there was somebody in 2017 that is old and lost and doesn't know where I-91 is, big red flag. Huge red flag. Not a good call. But I'm a friendly guy, and I'm like, look, just follow behind us. We're going right along that way. Just follow behind us. So we all get in my car, and he's in this big-ass truck. And for the first 10 minutes, things would go exactly as you would expect them to be. Follows behind us. We get in the highway. Then we merge, and then we get onto I-91, which is exactly where he needs to go. We're going I-91 north. Everything's great. We go to get off on I-91, and we're going towards our friend's house. And he's still following us. And we're like, what's going on? I think I wave out the window. I'm like, hey man, you went too far. But you can't, I don't have his phone number. I haven't spoken to him in any way. And Nina Fana will back me up. We're driving, we're not trying to escape him necessarily, but we're not having him, we don't expect him to keep following us. And it's we're merging in and out of traffic. I swear to God, this guy's in this huge lifted truck, and he starts driving, passing people on the right through the breakdown lane, going 70 miles an hour to catch up behind us and merge behind us again. It was seriously like Grand Theft Auto 5. It was insane. And he ends up straight up following us directly to my friend's place. And we're in the parking lot. We're yo, we were on the highway that you had to get off on. And he was oh, obviously still confused. I end up going back around. He follows us again. I get on I-91, and then we're all go! Go! And he eventually does merge off and go away. But I've never seen anything so crazy before as somebody in a huge lifted truck. I mean, he's probably no joke, had some level of Alzheimer's or dementia. It wasn't really late enough in the day for it to be full on sundowning. It was the middle of the day. It was maybe noon. It wasn't late. It wasn't 2 or 3 in the morning. I wouldn't be talking to strangers up at 2 or 3 in the morning. It's crazy. That is really crazy. Why not? Well, that same gas station, I did end up talking to one older guy until probably about midnight. And eventually, somehow his wife got in touch with me, and she was like, hey, he likes to hang out too much late at night. Can you not hang out with him late at night? I was like, all right. Sure. This is a grown-ass man. We can talk in the gas station at midnight. I have never had a single consequence in my life with anything, let alone stranger danger. I bailed on him. He was what was he? He was 75 years old, and he wasn't a mortician. He did the sort of medical work where you're examining dead bodies to find out the cause of death. Does anyone know what you guys are talking about? What I'm talking about? I think he was in pathology, but he mostly inspected dead bodies. I can't remember. No, but he wasn't a coroner. He was a doctor. He was a medical doctor. Mortician? No. For some sort of forensic pathologist or something like that. He wrote a bunch of papers. Maybe he just did autopsies. He had this theory. It was kind of crazy. He had this concept in his mind that modern humans had more or less Neanderthal DNA, and he believed that he was slightly more Neanderthal because he thought he had an especially hard head. He's like, feel my head. Feel how hard it is back there. I believe the same thing for Listers, just not for Neanderthals. It was pretty hard. He had a very hard head. So I believe him that his head was hard. I obviously have no evidence one way or another to determine whether that was because a presence or absence of Neanderthal DNA. No, no, he was like mid-70s. He had a pretty good head of hair for mid-70s. Obviously, he was mid-70s. You didn't look like he was 18 years old, but I've never had any consequences from talking to strangers. Pretty much ever. The one time I almost got my ass kicked by a stranger, another guy I'd met 2 days ago backed me up and helped me get me, not get my ass kicked. So you never know. One giveth, one taketh away. Tell the story? I was blasted, man. I was like in the next dimension. So I was on an island in Thailand. And I partied a bit in college, but I never really partied that hard. And I was going flat out. And a guy I met there was from Australia. And I got to tell you, I will forever love and appreciate the people and country of Australia. Because this guy was a lot of fun to hang out with, had all sorts of great stories to tell, and was just overall a good person to be around. Great guy. Told me all about what it was like to live in Australia, how like they've got like real labor laws. Like he had to take a vacation for like 3 or 4 weeks out of the year, or his like employer would get fined. And as an American, that is a completely foreign concept. I'm like, you're allowed to take a vacation? But he's like, no, we have to take a vacation. They'll get in trouble. So, I mean, are we close friends? No, but we know we're friendly. And then the World Cup is going on. And like I said, like I'm time traveling. Like I'm able to like still form memories, but like I'm a trans-dimensional Shepard, which does not happen anymore. And this guy rolls in. It was still kind of early in the evening. And so there weren't a lot of people there. So you talk to people because people are rolling in. And he's all sorts of pissed off. He's a British soccer hooligan. He's pissed off because he came back to Thailand. He had a child with a sex worker. And he came there to see his child. She did not want him to see the child. She was like, you're a bad person. You're a bad influence. I don't want you around. So he's already pissed off. And then I don't know how they were doing in the World Cup. They were doing bad there. And so, did I agree with her? I didn't see her. She wasn't there. He was just telling the story about how he was met. So one reason or another, I mean, probably for no reason other than like, I mean, I'm smaller. I'm not a huge guy. I certainly didn't have much muscle back then either. He like wants to kick my ass. He's like trying to pull me off to the side to kick my ass. And my Australian friend steps in and says, no, he's with me. Totally saves me. 100%. I would have gotten my ass kicked. I don't know what happened. I was certainly in no position to defend myself. Like, this was not like drunken master defend yourself Shepard. This is like rubber band, like sort of Shepard. Like, I would have been in a bad way. But nah, he backed me up. Took care of me. Normal Shepard. Nowadays, I wouldn't get so blasted. Like, I would at least be able to like waddle away. But yeah, so I've always have a soft spot for Australia. The Australian people are a great people, a lovely people. UK, British people, you're okay. However, you should not let your British soccer hooligans leave the country. He was mad. He was like going on about like, oh, the sun will never set on the British Empire. You're still part of the, like, he was like going on and on about it. He's probably so pissed right now that the dollar is almost as powerful as the pound. No, not the Aussie Prime Minister speech. I'm talking about the British soccer hooligan. I mean, I was really young then, so like I probably would have healed for any major damage, but nowadays, like I'm just running away. I don't want to get in any fights. I like step off a stair wrong, and I'll feel that in my foot. I felt that in my foot for like 6 months. It took 6 months to heal. How young? 10? It was right after I graduated from college. It was right after I graduated. It was when I graduated from college, my undergraduate. I don't need it. You don't need to know any more than that. That's all you need to know. That's it. I need one of those stair lifts. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could have done differently not to mess up my foot. You just got to be careful, man. Well, I mean, the chairlift might help, because then I don't have to actually take any stairs. Maybe like an elevator. How bougie do you have to be to afford an elevator in your home? I feel like they're probably pretty expensive. Install a shower chair? Kind of think about getting my bathroom redone every now and then, but I just don't really want to go through the effort. Check if Medicaid covers it. I am not on Medicaid. Thank you. It's been a fun just chatting section. All sorts of weird ass stories coming out today. Hopefully you enjoyed some of those. I wonder how many people think I just make all this stuff up. Like, I would even be offended if you did. I would actually understand that. All real. I know they sound made up. All real. All right, gonna play a video game. You're gonna try and get streak 11. The game starts. Not sure we'd make it up. It'd be pitiful. I think if I were making up that story about the Australian guy getting my back, you'd probably make it up where I'd be like, yeah, I kicked his ass. And he apologized and said America was great or something, right?